What is going on, guys? My name is DFree. Welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. I woke up recently, so forgive me if my voice is a little bit groggy here, but while I was asleep, basically the information for Bardock and Super Saiyan 3 Goku was leaked. Basically what's going on here is Bardock is a rainbow lead. He's officially now the best rainbow lead in the game, and he's taken that mantle away from Physical Arale, which is fine with me. I mean, Physical Arale's leader skill was so insignificant, but the problem with this, the problem I have with Bardock's leader skill is that it kind of creeps really hard on Rose and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito's leader skill, because they're mono leads because they're for heroes or villains, but they're also rainbows, right? Because you can run whatever colors you want in there. So the problem with that is that he just says, "Oh, forget you guys. Let's go ahead and just run whatever we want in one team." Which obviously they'll still be viable leaders, right? It's not taking anything away from them. It's just a creep on them. So we have Bardock, and then Goku is the super tech leader, the tech leader for super types. So he is the equivalent to like the Super Saiyan 4s and cooler. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video nonetheless. This video will be pretty fun to do because during the end of this video, I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on these guys really quick. We're gonna look at their art, the super attack, and all of that. But during the end of the video, we're going to build some teams. And I don't know the outcomes of these teams yet. So that's why I said it's going to be pretty fun because, quick spoiler, let's look at the rainbow variant. Everything's just in there. So we're going to sift through that. So I'm going to try to make this video not too long, but I can easily see it being 15 to 20 minutes. So I appreciate it if you guys stuck out for the video. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the Bardock art. This is the artwork for TUR Bardock. As you see, he's a rainbow leader, and we'll get back to what he does after we check out the super attack here. So let's go ahead and look at his super. I don't think it'll have sound, so forgive me for that. They have him linked with... Okay, so they're running him on tech. Gotenks is the lead. That's still, I guess, the best leader position for him, unless you wanted to run like a demigod lead. And they're taking on an AGL boss, of course. Tech Vegito's out there. I think they put Bardock there to show how much he tanks for. Yeah, that's why they did that. I was going to say, because I'd put Tech Vegito on the left for that attack boost. Hey, that's not bad. That's nice. I don't like it on 1X, but I bet it'll look great on 2X. Oh, that's the same as the Super Saiyan 4s. I hate when they do that. That's the exact same thing, except it spreads out a little bit more. But anyways... that's kind of like their new thing, as opposed to like showing it from space. Well, you know how like it would explode from a space view, like it would just shoot off, like Vegito Blue's Kamehameha goes out towards space and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I like it. Bardock is a pretty cool card, though. We'll get back to talking about him in a moment. Let's look at the Goku art. Yeah, the Goku art from Battle of Gods, and I was like, no, he's not from Battle of Gods, but. You know, it was, to be fair, it was kind of hard because the only real artistic difference that was there between the art that people were saying was the art for him and wasn't is the fact that the bang was on the opposite side. But if they were literally taking a mirror image of that, they would have got it right. Because a lot of the art you can tell is like 100% from a certain spot. And there was either that was from like Buu Saga, Fusion Reborn, or Battle of Gods. And I was like, yeah, I don't think it's from Battle of Gods. But apparently he isn't because it's Angel. He's Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's pretty cool. That means that you can run a rainbow team now with like all SSJ3 Gokus, so or SSJ3 cards in general. So that's pretty cool. So there's Goku, pretty cool art. He's a super type leader. Media can't be played. Let's see again. Let's try again. I'm sure the media can be played. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, link is in the description. Oh, look at that. That freaking icon is lit. What is this team? What are they doing? They just have Vegeta in there for no reason. Oh, they're running a full Super Saiyan 3 team with Goku as a lead. Okay, whatever. I was just talking about the possibility of doing that. Wow, 900k. Actually, let's rewind a little bit. I want to see how many rainbow orbs Goku gets because he's really gimmicky with rainbow orbs. What is that, 2? That's 1 or 2, yeah, 2, okay. And their Gotenks is at max key. Jeez, what the heck did they do to him? Hey, that's the Janemba attack. That's lit. That's really cool. And he hit really hard. Yeah, he did that to Janemba. I'm pretty sure that's what he did. That's lit. But either way, awesome card. Oh yeah, there's Alex. Yo, this super tech is from the Fusion Reborn movie. Yeah, I'm Alex, the gaming con. Oh man, shout out to Alex. All right, let's go ahead and close out these. Let's go ahead and look at the cards, and we'll build the teams. So, Bardock, all types, 3 key, and 50% to all stats. When 2 or less enemies are on the field, which is means that he's not very useful in the tournament, but who cares? But on top of that, means he's more or less going to have this ability all of the time aside from the tournament. He gets 50,000 attack and 20,000 defense up. So he has a flat statistic. So I will say that, we've gone through the thing of flat isn't as good as percentage based, and that's fine. But the thing is, this is such a massive flat increase that it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. That's why they did this. 50,000 is so damn significant. That's so much higher than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken's. It's pretty funny. That just shows you the creep in the game. All right, Super Attack, Dark Rebellion trigger, immense damage, and it debuffs attack and defense. It just says lower, so I assume it's not a greatly one. We've already looked at the video. Links are the Saiyan lineage, excuse me, jeez, I can't talk. Saiyan lineage, Saiyan warrior race, brutal beatdown, berserker, over 9,000, prepare for battle, and fierce battle. So, Saiyan lineage and Saiyan warrior race, fine. Those are nice links. Sorry, situationally. Prepare for battle and fierce battle, obviously universal links. The 3 in the middle, whatever. They're just there for no reason. They're to go with his character because otherwise they're not going to work. The link isn't actually, I don't think it's actually called over 9,000, or was it actually called over 9,000? One of the two. Let's actually look at his card art. I think that's just what they translated it to. I'll open that in this tab over here. Yeah, that's just what they translated it to. It's not actually a 9,000 link. That's kind of why Champa has it too. It's a weird link. Anyways, Super Tech, Angel Goku, Astonishing Super Transformation. He is the leader, 120% up, and then Tech type Extreme. Basically, the villains get 1 key and 50% up to their stats. Attack plus 120% up, unconditional. That's pretty good, really good. And attack plus 20% for every Rainbow Orb obtained. Rainbow Orb obtained. Okay, so he gets 20% for each one. You saw him get 2 in that video. The thing is that he can only get up to 5, I believe, in a run. So he does have a capped output. But at the same time, and another thing is, too, those Rainbow Orbs can't burst. So that does suck as well. But regardless, that's a pretty damn big increase, assuming he gets the 5 or whatever his limit is. Immense damage and a chance to stun, rare chance to stun. That could be 10, 15, 20%. I don't know. Golden Warrior. Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, Revival, and Fierce Battle. So, what they wanted to do with this Goku, I can already see. They wanted to make sure that, obviously, he had a linking buddy, which he does. You're going to keep him on rotation with Gotenks. And the problem with that is that, unfortunately, the other Goku is going to be a floater. Or somebody's going to be a floater, and he's just not going to get good ki. It does make much sense there. We'll just have to get back to that. Either way, they wanted to make sure that he did that, and then at the same time, he had other viable links, and they refused to give Super Saiyan 3 cards Prepare for Battle. They refused to do it, and I didn't expect them to do it, so instead they gave him Golden Warrior and Saiyan Lineage. Saiyan Lineage is actually making a slight comeback with a lot more cards starting to have it. Revival because he's dead, right? And Limit Breaking Form is the Super Saiyan 3 attack link. He doesn't have Kamehameha because he doesn't do the Kamehameha, but he has Super Saiyan, of course. And Golden Warrior is there for, it gives him a little bit more viability there, but he's still going to kind of struggle for ki. I don't know. We'll have to get to the team building portion of it. So, all in all, they're both really good, but the problem with Super Saiyan 3 Goku is that he doesn't get the defensive increase that the new type leaders do. So what you have with Tech is that they become like this massive beat stick to where they just do a lot of damage. But I won't say that, he can't tank well. He does have a nice defensive stat, 46,000 or 4,600, excuse me. And then when you put him in the dupe system, you can increase that. Over time, he'll become a better defender. LR Goku can be a really good defender on that team. You're not going to run Bardock because Bardock is an extreme unit, and he doesn't link very well anyways. But another thing is, depending on what you've done with your cards, as far as tanking goes, Gotenks could be a good tank. For example, my Gotenks has plus 2,000 defense. Like I said, depending on what you've done, if you have Gotenks, if you had the ability to do that, that's fine. It's up to you. But Gotenks has over 7,000 defense right now. So that, with double 120% leads, makes him a pretty solid tank. So it just depends what you have and what you've done. So regardless, Tech is going to be a massive hard hitter in the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the tech portion of the video. I've went ahead and tagged in everybody I thought had a viable chance of running on the team. Now, I may have to play with it a little bit whenever the card comes out and see what truly works and what doesn't, because honestly, we're just looking at it from an outside perspective because we don't have the cards yet. But I also wanted to point out that there are a few supporters in here that I didn't include, like Angel Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 2 TUR Goku there, or why are there two Angels? Whatever. Either way, even this Goku right here is a nice supporting card, but he's not for key. So I wanted to point out that those guys are there, but I didn't consider them for this video in particular. So let's go ahead and break it down. So we're just gonna, I need a card to be a placeholder. The placeholder will be Angel Super Saiyan 2, whatever. So assuming that this is Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku that's about to come out, because he's not in the files yet, right? He's there. His only good links are over in the Flash and Saiyan Lineage and stuff like that. So obviously, your first candidate is going to be Gotenks. So Gotenks is going to be on this team. Regardless of what you want or think about him, Gotenks is going to be on the team because that's Gotenks. He's one of the best cards in the game. So what do you do from there, right? You have those guys. They don't link particularly well with anybody else, really. Now, a nice thing to do is to give Gotenks a buddy that he can link with, aside from Super Saiyan 2 Goku, or 3 Goku, excuse me, if they get off rotation. Or another thing you can do is give the Super Saiyan 3 Goku another buddy he can link with. So what would be a good candidate for that? A good candidate for that would be this guy right here. He can link with him, yes, but he also stacks that other guy by giving all these rainbow orbs on the field. So he's somebody that we're going to keep an eye on. I'm not ready to throw him onto the team yet, but we'll keep an eye on him. So aside from that, somebody Gotenks can link with is Tech Vegito. Tech Vegito is a really good supporting unit. He is a really good unit that makes your hitters hit harder, basically, and defend better, too. That's another thing. That defensive increase from him is going to allow for you to do a little bit more defensively with a team that doesn't have a lot of defense output. So that being said, let's start weeding out some of these guys. You got 3 guys here, 1 situational, and all these guys at the bottom. Let's go ahead and weed out some of these guys. I just don't think will make the team. Unfortunately, this is probably, it wasn't a problem whenever you were running just a Gotenks team because you didn't want him to get 11 key. And on this team, when linked on a rotation with that Goku, he should start with 9 key because Gotenks doesn't have Golden Warrior. So it still isn't really a problem for Gotenks to get his 11 key because he just needs 2 orbs. Unfortunately, if you get him too many orbs, then, he's screwed. I'll have to go back and look at the footage to see why their Gotenks was maxed out key. But, he should only have 11 key. Either way, what I'm saying is it wasn't a problem then, but it is a problem now. The fact that Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Tech does not have over in a Flash is a problem here because he needs key on this team. So we'll go ahead and I'll bump him off. So he's no longer a part of our equation, right? That doesn't mean that you can't run him. This is just me looking at it, once again, from an optimal perspective with all of the cards in the database currently available. So let's go ahead and bump off somebody else. Super Saiyan Blue Goku. We're going to bump him off because all he does is orb change from rainbows. He's taking your rainbows away from you. So we're going to kick him out because we don't want that. We want the rainbows, right? And we also want to make sure that Gotenks doesn't get max key. So on top of that, now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and look at some more candidates here for bumping off. Now, Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue, right? He can be a really good unit on this team because he gets 70% more attack and defense when facing one enemy, I believe is the caveat. But regardless, 70% attack and defense allows him to be a nice secondary tank on the team. And he also has that Vegito effect where he super attacks. He increases the allies' attack as well. So that is pretty good too. So we'll actually leave him on for defensive purposes. So we've got 4 guys on the team, and all we need to do, we need to weed out 2 more guys. So if you're going for defensive purposes, you'd want to run Bardock, of course, because Bardock links really well. He changes the orbs to being tech orbs, and he also links really well with LR Goku, excuse me. So that could be a nice team right here. These 6 could be a nice team, and of course, this is not Super Saiyan 2 Tech. That's actually Super Saiyan 3. That could be a nice team. You have these 2 on rotation. Off rotation, you'd have, Vegito and... or it just depends, right? You'd have Vegito and Super Saiyan 3 Goku the friend or whatever you're doing. The problem with this, right? The reason why I'm not ready to sign off on LR Goku is because LR Goku's key necessities mean that he needs to be with Bardock, basically. You need to run him with Bardock. If you don't run him with Bardock, He's going to struggle. He's not going to be anywhere near as good as he could be. But if you wanted to keep them on rotation and honestly make a Super Saiyan 3 Goku be that third slot where you won't get him until every few turns, you could do that if you wanted to prioritize LR Goku, which I guess, right? But I'm honestly going to change my mind here and kick LR Goku off of the team. Sorry, Goku. I'm going to kick you off. Where are you at, actually? Bruh, he's like, I'm not in here. Haha. Where are you? Oh, he really wasn't in there. Okay. There you are. Get out. Thank you. So, what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Okay, so this is where it gets a little interesting. Because Dragon Ball Super Trunks, the Tech Trunks is really good. A very, very good tech unit. When he's facing one enemy, he gets 80% attack up. That's a really good restriction to have, meaning that he'll have it at all times at the end of the battle. He may not have it for like the first stage or maybe 2 stages, so he could be a little bit of a slow starter in like these boss fights sometimes, but he'll have it when it matters most. So that coupled with Fierce Battle and then the requisite links that he does have, I'm willing to sign off on Trunks, and he also links well with the Vegeta. So this is what we have. We have 6 units that I think could be optimal on the team. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here, and one that's highly situational. What makes Gotenks on the right situational is kind of just depending on how he works with the team, because you have to keep in mind a couple things. If you run the Gotenks, you're running another fused fighter on the team, which only hurts Gotenks. If you run him, though, you get more Rainbow Orbs because he's setting up Rainbow Orb paths for the Gokus, the Super Saiyan 3 Gokus. Otherwise, he does have Prepare for Battle. He does hurt the team's output because he doesn't have Fierce Battle, and he'd be another unit that doesn't have that. But who would you drop if you were to run him anyway? You'd probably drop one of the two, Bardock or the Vegeta, because they're not necessities on the team. They're very nice to have. They're just not necessities on the team because the team works either way. You know, Tech is going to be like the new STR. STR doesn't need any defense to win. It can beat any event in the game optimally speaking, with an optimal team. It can beat any event in the game without the defense. But if you wanted to have that, right? We have Gokus as stunners. That's fine. You have a sealer. You have a tank in Vegeta with 70%, and then the 2 liters, 120% ups, and stuff like that. But who would you drop? You drop one of those two, unless you wanted to go extreme and drop Trunks at the end. You're not dropping the top 3 because they're pretty much, you know, the shoe-ins regardless. So it just kind of comes down to that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section as far as this goes, or what your team building options would be. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the rainbow portion of it for Bardock. Okay. I need a placeholder. So I will make Nova the placeholder because he's Nova. He's a savage. Okay, so I've thrown in everybody I think can make a slot on the team. I mean, that doesn't mean that like Super Saiyan Blue Kai can. Honestly, I stopped throwing guys in because I didn't want them to, you know, take up any more space. God damn it. There's too much going on here. You know, so that doesn't mean that, you know, some of these guys can't be in here. I just threw in the best of the best of the best. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. We have our Bardock at the top, the Masked Saiyan. What do you do from there, right? Optimal team, optimal box, optimal situation. This includes cards that I don't even have because I don't even have LR Gohan. What do you do? All right. Boom, Super Vegito because Super Vegito, why not, right? Boom, SS4 Goku, SS4 Vegeta. All right. So we have 4 units already. 4 guaranteed slot units. We have tanks. With them, we have tanks, we have offense, we have everything. These guys all down here are all situational. Gogeta is the timeless wonder. He's always been really good, but I'm going to bump Gogeta. See ya. Gotenks, I'm going to bump Gotenks because Gotenks on this team won't link very well. He's going to struggle for key. Even if it's just a few key, I'm still bumping him. Bye. Okay, so what do we have left? We have Gotenks down here, who's a sealer, which I kind of already said you don't need sealing. With a team like this, you don't even want sealing because you have 2 potential super attack counter units. So Gotenks, while you're amazing, always have been, I'm going to bump you. See you later. Or I gotta find you. So where are you at? Where, oh, there he is. He's way down here all alone. All alone. Okay, see you, Gotenks. Okay, I'm going to bump LR Gohan simply because of the fact that he is near impossible to pull. And if I was going to include LR Gohan, I should have thrown in LR Ginyu too. Actually, you know what? To make it fun, I'll give you two variants. I'll leave both of those in because Ginyu is an amazing support unit. I'll leave those guys in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, that's a team, actually. Hey, that's a nice team up there. All 6 of them. So there you go. Now let's weed out some guys. Let's kick out the 2 LRs for practicality. Because Ginyu is really hard to get. Nobody has Ginyu yet unless you were able to do secret mod things. And Gohan, right? So Gohan is borderline impossible to get with his impossible pull, right? And the fact that he's never featured. What do we have from here? Vegeta, you're nice, but your passive is situational. It only works on villains, so see ya. Super Saiyan Rage Trunks. The Super Saiyan Future Trunks. See ya. I don't really have much else to say about that. Tech Golden Frieza. You're nice to have on some teams, but not on this one. See ya. I feel like Judge Jury. Oh, God, I'm just kicking everybody out. All right, so what do we have left? So this is kind of what it comes down to. A team like this is kind of what it comes down to. We have those 4 up there as automatic shoo-ins. Now, you can take a couple of different roads with this, right? Obviously, Rose is an amazing unit, always has been. There's just not very much on this team for him. I mean, he has to prepare for battle, which means that it links across the board, right? And he will help out Bardock by giving Bardock 3 key, and he'll have 2 Bardocks out there. That's fine. There's just not very much on the team for him as far as supporting units. Now, the problem that I have is these 2 are fine because they're Saiyans. They would link across the board to prepare for battle. Rose is self-sufficient. But these 3 at the bottom, right? The problem I have with that is they have shocking speed, which is cool with the rest of the board except for Bardock. That's fine too. It's just there's not enough slots for this. And of course, Cooler, being one of those new Neo-type leaders, air quotes up, whatever you want to call him, he's really good. One of the best cards in the game. You cannot not include Cooler. So we're going to slide Cooler up. We're going to give him the nod. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the Bardock, not really Nova. That's Bardock. But since you did that, now it gets harder to understand because what do you want? You have Omega with his passive, which allows you to tank a little bit better. But do you honestly need that in a situation like this with all this defense? All these guys can tank. Even Bardock is a good tank with his flat boost of 20,000. That gets him to above the barrier to where he's not going to take very much damage. So do you need that? And the fact Omega hits hard too and greatly lowers defense, that's kind of irrelevant. So Omega, you're going to be the first guy gone. Okay, so we have 3 guys left vying for 1 slot, right? This is pretty fun, actually. Doing this is pretty fun. Leave a like if you guys enjoy this. But either way, we have 3 guys vying for 1 spot. What are you going to do? You have Buhan with the ability to recover your HP. He has Fierce Battle and Shocking Speed. It works across the board. But does he warrant a slot here? Buhan hardly warrants a slot nowadays. I'm going to tell you something weird. Buhan honestly hardly warrants a slot nowadays on just a Rose villain team. Because Cooler bumps in and then, he starts to not link as well. So Buhan honestly starts to get buffed off that team. But in favor of Goku Black. So I should actually kind of throw in Goku Black in here, just base form Black, but I don't see him, and I'm not going to look for him. There he is. I'll include him in the equation. Get your butt out of there, Frieza. But yeah. So, honestly, with all the defense, you just don't need his recovery, and there's nothing wrong with using an item to heal once, right? Or twice, max. There's nothing wrong with that. So, unfortunately, Buhan, you're getting the boot, buddy. And now we have an interesting spot here because I'm going to kick the base form Black off too. I added him just to kick him. I added him sheerly on his value to the team. Unfortunately, he doesn't give 3 key like the global variant. That would honestly possibly slide him into the last slot. I'm going to say that now if he did. But since he doesn't, he's getting the boot. So now we have Vegito Blue and Rose. 2 guys that came out at the same time, right? What do you want? What do you want of the team? That's what this comes down to. What do you want? What do you value? Do you value the fact that Vegito Blue can be a nice, good tank on the team because with defensive improvement through the dupe system or the potential system, he starts to become a really good tank. So he can tank with the best of these guys up here, and then he also can get 3 or 4 super attacks in a turn potentially. What do you want? Do you want that, or do you want the consistency of Rose? These guys have always been cards that we've talked about, hey, one's better than the other, or they compete. What do you want? So I'm honestly, since you have Cooler, and you have the 2 Bardocks, I'm honestly gonna give the nod to Rose. Why? Because the key passive. That's exactly why. I would rather have those guys that don't link particularly well, like aside from Shocking Speed, that's fine. Bardock, who doesn't link well aside from Prepare for Battle. I'd honestly run Rose just so they can flat out have that extra key. Even if Rose is just a third slot fodder to make him rotate, I'd honestly do that. And Vegito Blue would be the first man, and if things don't work out. Kind of like how Gotenks was on the tech variant. So anyways, that's it. That's my thought process on building teams. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video nonetheless. Subscribe if you're new. Nothing I said here is just said and done, be all end all. It's totally up to whatever you have in your restrictive box, your current box. Just apply some of my same methods. You'll be okay. If you disagree with this, that's totally fine as well too. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Oh yeah, I didn't consider Merge Zamasu, but he's just a beat stick, so he won't come in either way. So anyways, have an awesome day. Thank you for tuning into today's video. Peace out.